Welcome to the Milton Keynes Business Channel, brought to you by Milton Keynes Marketing, your local digital marketing specialist. This is part of our educational series to help business owners and marketing professionals in Milton Keynes with their digital marketing. Today, we're looking at the technical side of SEO, trying to keep it practical, simple, and tailored for smaller businesses in Milton Keynes. So the first question is, what is technical SEO? So firstly, you might be thinking of coding and programming and complex tools, but it certainly doesn't have to be scary. Modern day technology has made technical SEO a much less complex, easier type of digital marketing to follow and program. Years ago, it used to be a very complex technical thing for coders and programmers, but these days there's so much technology available and software that it's actually really easy, very cost effective and quick to do. I picked up I did some technical SEO work for a big e-commerce store in Milton Keynes not too long ago, and I did 950 hours work in a day, technical SEO work with a £50 bit of software. So really what technical SEO is simply refers to how well your website is set up for search engines. So how easy is it for Google to find? How quickly does it load? And how do search engines understand it and therefore rank it? So you could look at two web pages that look exactly the same when you look at them with your eyes, but behind the scenes, the code, one of them could be perfect and one of them could be really messy. And you don't know until you get technical SEO audit software to look at that in the eyes of a search engine before you understand that. So really the most painful points with technical SEO, the things that will really hurt a website's rankings in Google, firstly, speed. Web pages that load slowly, Google hates them. They just don't rank. Secondly, an SSL certificate. So these days it's now become mandatory on page one in Google that you've got to have that HTTPS. So if you land on a website and it starts giving you security warnings, Google hates it. So it just don't rank it. It doesn't want to see it on page one. It just wants to hide websites like that. It doesn't want people to visit them because they just annoy people. Simple as that. Mobile usability issues. A lot of old websites that haven't been updated, they don't work on mobile devices. They don't work on tablets. They don't work on the latest version of iOS or Android. So Google hates them. It doesn't want people to visit them. It won't put them on page one. Another thing Google hates is broken links and page 404 errors. You know, sometimes very rarely you're surfing a site and you suddenly land on a dead page. It said this page doesn't exist or you're in the wrong place or something. Google hates it. So if your website's got those or links to pages or dead ends, Google hates that. That really kills rankings quite quickly. The other thing that Google really hates is duplicate content. So if you've got 10 pages that have all got the same writing on it, Google won't put all 10 of them up. It'll put one of them up, and it won't really like putting it up because it's got 9 twins sitting out there, duplicates. Google will think you're trying to deceive it. So fixing small things like that just gives your business a better shot at ranking in Google, not just in Milton Keynes, but in the UK and globally. So I'll just start with a few, going into some of the basics of technical SEO. The really important to have an SSL certificate. That's being on HTTPS. Years ago, this most websites weren't on it, but now all credible websites have got to be on it. Most payment providers won't let you take payments online unless you've got HTTPS, and really it's essential for SEO, and most providers give them away free. So don't get conned into paying £100-200 or whatever, because most of the time you can get them for free. We always give them away for free, and our hosting company gives us them free, as many as we want. Do optimize for mobile devices. There's a Google mobile friendly test that you can use. It's called Google Page Speed Insights. You just type in Google Page Speed Insights, put your website in there. and it will tell you straight away whether your site is mobile friendly or not. And make sure your site is just friendly on most types of phones. It's non-negotiable anymore, mobile friendly websites. Mobile internet usage overtook desktop usage recently. 60% of people searching for local businesses use mobile these days. So if you've got an old website that doesn't work properly on mobile and tablet, you're missing out on most new business in Google. And this sort of thing, this is one of these things that can be fixed very quickly. We build most of our sites in WordPress, and we can speed up a site and make it mobile responsive in 5 minutes using free software. Make sure your site speed is good. There's loads of free tools out there these days that you can test your website speed. Google Web Page Speed Insights is the best free one. There's other ones like GT Metrics. You can just go in, type your website, and it'll give you a highly detailed score out of 100 with a big list of report. The sort of thing, the sort of job that years ago might have taken someone a week. Now there's free software that will do it free for you in minutes. The other thing is resize large images. Sometimes people might have like a 10 megabyte image, and trying to load that up on a mobile is just really slow, and it will kill it in Google. Make sure they're the right size as well. So you need smaller versions of images to render properly on mobile devices, and those need to be compressed as well. So sometimes you can compress a 6 megabyte image to under a megabyte, and then it just loads quickly. It's just something you do quickly, usually by automation with free software that will just make you money. And consider caching or lightweight themes if you use WordPress. Sometimes I see people using cheap web page builders or templates, and it's got so much code on it that it just slows the site speed down loads, and it's just expensive site speed, and it's cheap and quick and easy to fix. Another basic technical SEO fix that's very easy to fix is broken links and page 404 errors. Usually there's like free plugins like Broken Link Checker or Screaming Frog, and these are just free bits of software. You can press a button and it'll tell you every broken link, every dead end, every page error, and you might be able to fix it via automation, but usually these need to be fixed manually. But if you've got a website and it's sending people to dead pages that don't load all the time, Google hates it. Google doesn't want to send people to websites that sends people to dead ends all the time. Do submit your sitemap to Google. So your sitemap is basically like the index of a book that tells Google what the content of your website is in a structured fashion. Google Search Console is a free tool, and you just put your sitemap into that. And then anytime you update any pages or anything on your website, that index of the book updates. So Google's always aware of how your website is structured. And there's a lot of free plugins like Yoast and Rank Math that will make the sitemap for you and keep it updated in Google. So it's all free. It just takes you a couple of minutes to set up. The other thing is to make sure you have unique page titles and meta descriptions. So don't have 10 pages with the same title on, because Google will just think you're copying and it's duplicate, plagiarized, essentially content. The same, those little descriptions that of your page in Google, the meta descriptions, which you see the short little snippet when you in the organic rankings, make sure they're all unique, because if you have duplicates, then quite often Google won't bother to rank the page, or it'll put it on page 10 where nobody ever looks. So avoid duplicate and meta tag content, because Google just hates it. And a really good free way of getting better rankings is using schema data and structured markup. So don't just cut and paste a table of contents onto your site. You code it in a specific fashion so that Google knows it's structured data. So things like your business details, opening hours, reviews, events, and FAQs, those need to be in schema format, so Google can show them in rich results, like star ratings as well. It is another one. Some very common mistakes that are often made by SMEs: having a WW and a non-WW version of your site. You just need one, don't have two, because Google gets confused. Don't forget to redirect HTTP to HTTPS. It's an important one. Don't leave default meta titles like homepage or just another WordPress site. Google hates that. And don't overload your homepage with too many uncompressed images, because that will just make it really slow and it won't work on mobile properly, which Google won't like. So do use free tools like Google Search Console and Google Analytics. That'll help track your SEO progress over time, and that also help you spot errors and see what pages of your site are bringing in traffic. So if you wanted any support with your technical SEO, I deliver those services, and I also have a team at my digital marketing agency and SEO agency in Milton Keynes that help deliver such solutions. I'll put all of our company description and contact details in the description, and do please follow us for more educational videos about digital marketing, other types of business, some interesting local businesses and local celebrities coming onto the channel soon. So thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and do please follow us.